How's it going, everyone? This is Crops, aka Beast Beats, and today, my fellow Edison Earthlings, we have the aliens returning to the planet to cause mayhem and destruction. Cosmic Fortress Go Go Gadget Golgar has entered the scene. Today's video may shock you. It's not clickbait, unless, everything's clickbait nowadays, but in today's video, we 4-0 Team Ring of Destruction. There's more than 4 members, and this is still an ongoing saga to be continued, but I'm on Team Ring of Destruction, one of the best Edison teams in the entire world, and I mean that. Not necessarily me. I'm not going to say I'm in that category of player quite yet, but the team in general has the Edison World's winner this year, as well as many top Edison players. So, that being said, this was what I pretty much played against them. This was, again, 4 matches over the course of like a month. There weren't too many changes that I made. I wasn't trying to anything silly like that. Like, I think at one point, gotta click on it. At one point, this card was at 1 instead of 2, but I really found I like this card a lot right now. Against things like fairies, zombies. It stops recruiters and searching. So just the fact you can recycle it with your boss monster is the main reason I'm even playing it. The fact that it destroys itself during your second standby phase is probably what's kept it from seeing much play at all. You'd have to be playing probably like a OTK kind of deck that doesn't summon from main deck or search, which probably isn't. It's probably far and in between, right? Not too many options, I guess. And then I don't think I was citing these, but in some testing, I just found that if I can stop, monarchs from ruining my day, soul exchange, enemy controller, those kind of cards, then I'm doing myself some favors. The only card it stops in our deck, right, is the PPV. That virus. Don't want to catch those STDs. Look at that. Look at that freaking picture right there. The virus, the plague is coming. Pandemic 2.0. No, and the fact you can bounce this with your boss monster as well would turn back on your virus, because it technically can out things like dupe block. Although, this outs dupe block. Your boss can, in theory, out dupe block. This outs dupe block. I don't know. This outs dupe block. So we're not necessarily too worried about dupe block. But I've already talked about the deck like 3 times, right? This is my 3rd time discussing the deck. I'm even probably going to make a couple little changes again here and there. But let's just get right into the replays, because that's going to be the big alien heart, big brain of this video. Replay number 1. So this is versus Faye. Funny start, right? Because a lot of people probably just meme on Faye. Right? Is one of the newer team members, similar to myself, to just playing and trying to get better at Edison format. They usually were known for playing Royal Magical Library FTK in GOAT, which is, I don't know if it's still banned from tourneys because of convulsion of nature glitch, whatever it was, but definitely not a liked deck by almost anyone. That being said, the deck they're playing here is probably also not a deck liked by many people, and let's just get right into it. I don't want to waste too much time. They do win RPS, which is pretty important because, as you're about to see, they are playing 7 in the extra because they're playing Chain Burn. That's quite the matchup we got in our hands, especially when they're playing cards like this. Destroy a spell or trap. Activate only as chain link 3 or higher. Destroy a spell or trap on the field. You can activate this card with multiple cards effects of the same name or in the chain. Another MST. but it's very, almost exclusive to chain burn, or if somehow you could cause a chain link 3 often. But let's get into it. So starting hands, yes. So it's called Eternal in our group Discord. So basically, once you win 4 in a row, you get $100. And I thought I would, so I am 4-0, but I didn't read the rules. We're Yu-Gi-Oh players. We don't read the fine print, which is why this is a to be continued series. Basically, what I had to have done when I was 3-0 is wait for someone else to be 3-0, and then we face off, and whoever wins that. So now I have to wait either for someone to be 3-0 that I haven't beat already, or maybe like someone I have to be 4-0, and that'd be kind of interesting. So we'll see how that goes. Again, to be continued. Neither here nor there. Some of the best Edison players in the world. Let's get it. Speaking of, so we got Road, our Ammo, MST, the Shock Trooper Vanilla, and the Mirror Force. They got Jar Greed, Accumulated Fortune, Secret Barrel, Good Goblin, Housekeeping, with a card you'll see soon that combos well with that. And their MWT, Mystical Wind Typhoon. And they draw a Chain Detonation. If you don't know what any of these cards do, I don't blame you. You probably know what Secret Barrel does, and Jar Greed, and Accumulated Fortune if you've ever played against any sort of chain burn in your life. But let's see. So, stakes, just potential prize. Yeah, okay, so that's what they're talking about there, the potential prize. But let's get into it. So, think phase, and here they go, right? So, chain burn, doing set things, Jar Greed, Accumulated, Chain Detonation. All they need for me to do is activate a card. I don't know they're on chain burn. I think I have an idea that they are. If I'm really good, I'll just summon Shock Trooper and attack. Swing for the fences. Let's go. Yeah, that's how you beat this. Actually, they cannot accumulate fortune unless I do something. I mean, they could set these to get the chain link they need, but obviously they're hoping I, heavy or something. Joke's on you. My deck doesn't play heavy anywhere in the 55. Anyway, so we set Mirror, Road, MST, just to hope in case they somehow heavy, which they definitely could play heavy in their deck, right? Just activate all their chains and then have a free to play heavy, or use heavy to start a chain. And then they got Legacy, so that's going to let them easily start a chain here, right? So they set the Legacy, they set the Mystical Wind Typhoon. What a card. I draw Planet Pollutant Virus, wonderful. I have a Starlight Road set somewhere right there. So I think I just start swinging for the fences. And the beautiful thing is, they don't have Roar, Wabaku, like they don't have any Battle Stop. They could try to get into a Battle Stop Gores, or they have to use all their cards. And I think they figure it's not worth it yet. And they're down at 26 already. So I'm just setting the virus just in case. I got ammo in hand. No continuous yet, but I mean it's chain burn, so it's almost a matchup I want to play or approach differently anyway. So here we go. Jar, Legacy, Mystical Wind the New, which is the virus, Accumulated. And I think they can do this, right? And return to the hand? Yeah. Do they not chain detonation here? Yeah, okay, they do. I don't know. My system, my computer is lagging. Okay, so they chain detonation, do 500, and they get it back to their hand. Quite an interesting card there. And then, so that's chain link, 5? Yeah. Chain link 4 is accumulated, they draw 2. Trag, there's that Trag, and a Good Goblin Housekeeping. And then chain link 3 is the Mystical Wind Typhoon, popping the Pollutant Virus. And then Jar and Legacy, 2 more cards, Chain Strike and Reckless Greed. Let's resolve this chain, please. There we go. And there's the Scrub Raid. So funny enough, Golgar's 2600 attack and can out Scrub Raid in main 1. Because they have to flip it to use it. They'll get to use it the first time, but then the next time we can bounce it, pop things. So that's going to be really nice. Sadly, we lost our virus. Okay, we can end phase space something, but I mean, it may potentially use this on the Trag, but I'd rather have them hit the Road and the virus here, but Whatever. We rock, and we roll, and we draw into the chain. So that's not the worst card to draw against this guy. But here we go. The chain detonation. Speaking of chain, a big chain link, right? Good Goblin Housekeeping times 2. Scrub Raid, which also works really good with this card. And the Reckless Greed. So let's run it. Obviously, we're just going to try to attack, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, and we have lethal on board. Try to swing for the fences. Here comes Good Goblin Housekeeping. Or no response. Chain Scrub Raid. Targeting the Good Goblin Housekeeping. So what that does is now when this resolves, it's going to count itself in the grave. So they're going to draw 2 cards and put 1 to the bottom. And look, they have another one they could do it with. Potentially draw 3 cards and put 1 to the bottom. And they're playing 3 of this. It's not GOAT format. It's not semi-limited anymore. So I MST the raid though, which is really strong. I mean, you know, I'm going to get chain detonationed, but like that's fine. Chainlink 3 MST, Chainlink 4 chain detonation, that's fine. I'm surprised they Good Goblin Housekeeping. Oh, I guess they're going to draw, actually, yeah, what? So they're going to draw 4 and put 2 back? Yeah. Yep, so they're going to draw 4 and put 2 back. So I don't know if I feel like they draw first, but yeah, don't they draw 2, put 1 back, chain detonation goes to hand? I don't know. Are we getting the chain wrong here? Anyway, they draw Gores, Mystical Wind Typhoon, so they got to be on MST with 2 of those. I don't know. I think they might have, of course, changed the list up a bit since this match here. This was like a little over a month ago or so. So they have to put a card back. The chain isn't done here, so they put, what did they just put back? Yoop. Mystical Wind Typhoon, fair. Draw 2 more. Ooh, Barrel, Reckless. They got to put 1 back. Now they're going to drop Tragodia in attack mode. I don't know why they don't. I guess it's fine to put it in attack mode. Sadly, I don't have the virus, or else I could have, yeah, just ended the game here unless they Reckless into a Battle Fader. I set chain and pass. Yeah, I figure there's no reason to Golgar here. They have a 3K, about to be a 3600 trag. But I do have Mirror Force chain. They top deck Cylinder, which is definitely a card that does damage. So now they Reckless, draw a Scrub Raid Heavy, and obviously they're going to fire that Storm. And see, that's what I was talking about. They can use all their back row and Storm. Luckily, we have the Road. Although, again, if they hit the virus and not the Road, we would have won there because there's no Fader in the top 3 cards there. But we get out Stardust, which is nice. Luckily, Gore is a 7, so they can't take anything from us. Yeah, they are on 0 to 2 on Greed. So here they're setting Secret Barrel, Scrub Raid, Reckless Greed, Chain Strike, Cylinder. Yeah. So here we go. But now that makes the Trag 1200. But the chain's going to make it 0-0. They should have moved this to defense. That was, you know. And here's another Shock Trooper. And so here we're thinking. And I'm just going to swing because I can attempt to swing over the drag. And I can do this in the battle step. Can they do... I think you can do this in the battle step and the battle phase. Yeah. They're going to Reckless. I don't have a response to that. It sends, right? Yeah, send, not destroy, so I can't Stardust negate the Scrub Raid. I need water. One sec, guys. Sorry, it's very early in the morning. You can probably tell by my voice. I don't usually ever record this early, but I just want to get it out there. Got to give the people the content. So we got Raspy just waking up, Crop Beats here. All right, so they Scrub Raid the Reckless. You know, makes sense. I can't do anything about this. yet. Anywho, they draw an MST Threatening Roar. Pretty good draws. Luckily, Stardust can negate the MST. In here, actually, I think I just saved the ammo because there's no reason to even reveal that I can bounce this back yet. I think? Yeah. I don't know why I'm setting. Oh, I guess I want them to run into Chain or Mirror Force, so I'm just kind of like... Oh, right. This was the day... Okay, I know what day this happened. This was Deck Devastators 2. Because I tried to enter with this, basically this same list. And out of like the 106 people that entered, or whatever the number was, I got glitched out of the system. I was in the Discord right, but then on the champion or whatever it was, I just wasn't in the tourney, so I couldn't play at all. I was the only person who didn't get to play at all, which is kind of sad, but it is what it is. So 1 out of 2 on Reckless. And now here, right, their trag isn't really going to do anything. So I think I don't know if they blind space one of these. Funny enough, their trag's at 24, so it's not even, can't even clear the Stardust. Well, they are going to attack, though. Do I Mirror Force or Chain? Oh, yeah, you know what? I probably just take 500. Oh, no, I do Chain. That's so weird. Oh, no, they declared an attack, so now they can't move it to defense. And then when I Golgar this, it makes the trag big again. But I guess if we Golgar this and this, we're going to pop the trag. Huh. They MST. I can negate that with Stardust. But I could also just let that happen. But I think I have to negate that with Stardust. Oh, I don't. Okay, channeling 3 barrel. Which is fine. Oh. And they're going to end the battle phase. Oh, because the track went down to 1800. Okay, that makes sense. And then, of course, also, yeah, channeling 5 chain strike. That's funny. I was thinking, what are they doing? But it makes some sense. That's 3,400 damage. And they have a cylinder set. I think I lose to this cylinder this game. I have no reason losing this game. Because, oh, no, hold on, Roar. Oh, yeah, the barrel. Wow, yeah, that's so funny. I thought I won this game. And I feel like I definitely could have. There is no reason for me. I should just Mirror Force the trag. Like, and save the chain to bounce with Golgar. And yeah, if I knew what I knew now. Now, this is so silly. Because, yeah, we want the chain. We should have negated the MST with Stardust. Not even joking. Because now, like, I make Golgar. I bounce the raid. Put a counter. And Telepath, actually. Yeah, so we're going to use Telepath and pop a back row here. And what is it? Roar, barrel, cylinder. So we have a 1 in 3 of hitting the right one. But we miss. Ooh, yeah, just barely. We hit the chainable. And that's going to deal, what, 12? Yeah. And now this will kill us if we attack with one of these two. We don't even have to attack with... And, yeah, we should not attack with... I mean, cylinder's at 1 in this format still. But funny enough, we should move this to attack, flip this. That's still lethal. Well, they had... Oh, I don't even flip the Shock Trooper. That's dumb. I have Stardust. And Thunder King in hand. And I lose. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm stupid. Okay, we lost game 1 because we're dumb. But... Oh, shout out to John, a.k.a. the GOAT Hero. Okay. Game 2. We got Sangan, Ancient Forest. This, man, I don't know about this card. I'm probably going to stop sliding this. It's really only good against, like, Raikou, Dandy tokens, I don't know. And then, like, you have to have Golgar, you're losing your guys too. Combos with Sangan, I guess, funny enough. Then we got Offering, Gale, Prohibition, and we draw Zing. Zing's powerful against Chainburn. Reckless, Barrel, Good Goblin Housekeeping, Ceasefire, Threatening, Roar. Alright. I know this one's going to be Chainburn, kind of a resident sleeper, huh? I mean, aliens too, I guess. If you, I think it's just because I'm waking up. Everything's rather than sleeper when you're just waking up and you're not like fully alive. All right, I'm fully alive, especially now that we got the zinger, right? So they're setting the dimension wall. Man, what a card! So it only takes the bad damage you would have taken. Yeah. So their monster still dies. So like if it was dimension wall there, I would not have taken lethal. It was only cylinder that I take lethal. And then also, yeah, because if I attack with like little guys like telepath, shock trooper, I was at 24 and they were at 1,000. Okay, yeah, I threw, but I didn't. I've never faced Trick Chamber and Edison until exactly this match. So learning lesson. They just said dimensional. What the heck? They do not know this exists, do they? Well, hold on. Let's look at their hand. Not setting. I guess just not wanting. I don't know. Just this. That's kind of. I don't know. Yeah, and I can't do like the whole zing chain of continuous here, which would be pretty good, I guess. But okay. I mean, I guess we're just. We're probably gonna ancient forest our own Sangan. And no, there's no reason. Yeah, we just. Yep, we're attacking with the little guys. I don't know. There's no reason to go Brio. I don't think I'd go you in the extra deck at this point. I do now just for niche cases, but so there we go. We got 23 in, and like I don't see much point to sync. I guess if they went like Caius here, potentially I mean because they could side deck Caius, so if they like Sidra Caius or something crazy, that would not be good. That'd actually be really bad, especially with this back row. But I'm just hoping that they are sticking with chain burn strategy. I mean, you could still obviously definitely have Caius and still be on chain burn because Caius starts a chain and could potentially do burn. Makes perfect sense. So they draw a giant Trunade. Pretty good card. And now they're setting everything. So Threatening Roar, Reckless Greed, Secret Barrel, Ceasefire. I'm going to zing a couple here. We go after. Shout out to Alan, I think that is. We go after the two sides, yeah. So the Threatening Roar and the Ceasefire. So they only can barrel, greed, dimension wall. Okay. That's not too bad. So we are going to potentially get in for 23 here. Virus, another, man. Yeah, I don't think I sighted out any aliens, so we should be on the full 13 aliens. So, always a little awkward when you got these two with no aliens, but it is what it is. Prohibition is probably for, I guess, yeah, Fade or Boar's Trag kind of shenanigans. Almost wonder if Concentrated Light would make any sense, but I don't know. I don't know if I was citing that or not at this moment. And actually, no, Concentrated Light would be freaking awful. I got two darks that need to be doing damage, so I get in for another 23. That's 4,600 from these two little guys, so we take it. I'm setting the virus just because, I guess. Scare tactic? I don't know. So they got Chain Detonation. So they have to, like, barrel or greed if they want to Trunade this turn. And they could potentially, I guess, funny enough, yeah, I could Trunade and then win if I draw any alien next turn, because that's 23. Yeah, any alien. Sorry. Any level 4 alien. Ammo would not be lethal, I don't think. Oh, wait, we can make Goyo. 28 plus 5, 30. Ah, it's 33. It is close. But the close does not count except in horseshoes and hand grenades. Alright. So we're going to barrel. Makes sense. We're going to take our. What is this? Is that 16? Yeah. Then they're going to Trunade. We're just going to turn off the zing and let all their chain stuff go. So I can't stop that. But at least it wasn't heavy. Well, if it was heavy, they would have like 2 cards left, right? So heavy wouldn't even necessarily be that bad. So here we go. So Ceasefire, Dimension Wall. Just let them set everything. Okay. Chain Detonation, D-Wall, Ceasefire, Reckless Greed, and T-Roar. So they're not going to die. Do we draw level 4 alien? We sure do. There it is, folks. The Alien Warrior. I'm going to fire the Trunade. I mean, I know it's going to start a chain, but I figured let it happen. So chain detonation to do 500. Did they just not roar there? Yeah, they did not roar. 3 or higher? No, 4 or higher. They are roaring, right? No, they're not roaring. They're choosing death. Why do I go Brio? Oh, it's the same amount of damage. Isn't Gale just better? I could search ammo, but what's the point of that? Did they had a card in hand, I think? So it could be Gore's Trag. So I might as well attack. I might as well sink main 2. I don't know what the point of that was. Oh, well, I still should just sink main 2. Oh my god, I see what I'm doing. This is crazy. You guys see what I'm doing? DD Crow just because. Discard the warrior with Brio. Oh my gosh, bounce, summon, bring back, go Golgar, bounce Prohibition, call Gores or Trag or Fader, and just attack for game. Wow. Okay, I see now. Yeah, sometimes Roghnach comes in clutch. It's like another another Go Gadget Golgar. That was good. See, I haven't seen this in over a month, so sometimes you could even impress yourself. Okay, here's the card, y'all. This is what y'all been waiting for. I'm sorry for the lackluster, tired commentary. I gotta get through this before it's like an hour of me falling. Edison player falls asleep during alien replays. All right, Fairy Wind. This card right here, man. Look at this. I have 4 continuous cards, right? Like I have to, and I think I was thinking of this card. Like I think I knew they played it or something, so I was, I think I play around it, even though I haven't seen it to this point. I guess that's kind of pre. I don't know. I can't remember if I play around it or not. I think it's just kind of like I feel like I knew it existed, but I can't even remember if I knew they'd played it yet. But I almost certainly did. But it's game 3. I haven't seen it, but I haven't seen it. But here it is, right? Legacy, Fairy Wind, pass. So I mean, we just gotta slam the warrior attack, and there's nothing. There's no reason to do anything else. We don't want to start chains. What is this card even? I guess to turn on my own Sangan. Literally, I think that's. I guess because I was still side deck. I'm still side decking it now. I don't know. I set the wall in the chain, I guess, and I don't even I just hold Prohibition because. Oh my goodness. You know what? This Prohibition. This is gonna be one of the best Prohibition calls. Funny enough. I remember this. I remember this. So Prohibition. I do still want to make that best and worst calls. Man, that Edison tournament yesterday, the dueling book one, I have a worse Prohibition call to add to the list. It's called Gladiator Beast Gazaris instead of Gladiator Beast Bestiari. I still need to look up Prisma versus Prohibition, but that's for a later video. Actually, that'll probably never be uploaded, but I haven't recorded it. It'll probably never be recorded. I mean, hopefully the best and worst calls will. And I guess I'd be part of that. But the tournament, I only made it to round 2, sadly. Probably round 3 if I wasn't a complete doofus, but we're learning. Always learning. That is the key to life. So here comes the legacy. Thankfully, aliens aren't spirits. So they're going to draw another roar. And then they're going to set a million cards, which is what this deck does. All right. So now they have Fairy Wind, Roar, Good Goblin, Housekeeping, Chain Strike. And I have the ultimate combo. I don't know why I don't even summon. I should have just summoned the Skull. I guess they could play Torrential Mirror, and I guess I don't want to just. Because if I run into that right now, I have no more pressure. And I guess I'm fine just doing 18. I don't know. I maybe should have just committed it, but it makes sense in some weird way not to. This actually outs Spirit Reaper and Marshmallow, funny enough, and Dupe Frog and those kind of cards. I'm not expecting them to be on Dupe Frog, but Marshmallow and Spirit Reaper are always possible. So here comes their Mystical Wind Typhoon. I mean, and that's gonna, they have the perfect counter to, like face-up cards. But I just don't want to flip anything. Um, Again, not because of Fairy Wind, even though I'm pretty sure I know it's there. Man, this skull could really be putting in damage. But I just keep pushing for 18. But they're going to stop this damage, so it's maybe better I didn't commit the skull yet. I might set it this turn, I don't know. So here they roar. So Chainlink 1, roar. Chainlink 2, Good Goblin Housekeeping. Chainlink 3, Fairy Wind. Which does damage to both players, at least, so it does shorten their clock. Okay, so that's the end of the chain. So 600 to both of us. And then no battle phase, and they're drawn 2. And putting 1 back to the bottom. Oh no, oh yeah. Because the Fairy Wind destroys the Good Goblin Housekeeping. So they're putting 1 on the bottom. I keep missing what they put on the bottom. Whoop. Whoop. Come on, get to the end of the log. The Mystical Wind Typhoon. They have another Fairy Wind, right? Yeah, that makes sense. Alright. And I don't set the skull. Interesting. I maybe should have set the skull. Probably should have. Oh no, I already have a chain. I guess I don't want to necessarily have a million cards set yet. It's probably fine. I don't know. It's almost arbitrary if I should set any more back row. Probably the skull, because, well, it's not lead. It's 3,400, isn't it? Yeah. Even 2 18s actually would only be 36, and they're at 38. But that Fairy Wind is going to damage them as well. Alright. So here we go. They're going to set boop, 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 boop. Alright. Barrel, roar, accumulated fortune. Makes sense. Alright, now we got another warrior. We don't even... man, we really should be putting pressure. Well, okay, they have another roar anyway, so I guess it's better I didn't summon, but I really feel like I better set Skull Main too, at the very least. Here comes the roar, as well as the barrel, as well as the wind. What else? Accumulated. Yep. And what is this one? Oh, okay. And chain strike probably. Yep. This is nasty, right? So this is gonna be tons of damage right here. So strike's gonna hit us for what? 2K. Oh yeah, we're both taking 12 from the Fairy Wind. I'm taking 18 from the barrel. Yeah, and I can't do anything with my cards. I almost should just... Should I flip these two? Like as Chainlink 6 and 7? Because I don't take any more damage from the strike in that case. And I don't really need these cards. So funny enough, if I chain those two, we both take an additional 600, puts them at 2K. And then I think I take less, but so we both take 600 more, but do I take I think I take 400 less from the barrel. That might be worth the life point difference to take 200 more, but do 600 more to them. Something worth considering. I think that might have been a possibility. Anyway, take 2,000 from the strike. They draw 2 from accumulated. I take 1,200 from the wind, and then I take 1,800, from the barrel. And I think I just let everything happen. Kaboom! So 5,000. That is, I'm at 24 now. And so funny enough, I'm sitting here in main 2. I don't even have, I think I take out Judgment probably, but I don't know. I don't have Road set. I think I honestly Prohibition Secret Barrel right here. Look at this. Yup. And I kid you not, I think that's their draw for turn. Would that have even killed me, Secret Barrel? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's very close. There's only one more chain strike, but there's 2 more barrels, I figure. And I don't know if there's just dessert or not, but I do just decide to finally set the skull and pass. Yep. Man, top 10 calls of Prohibition, right there. Just that blind call, getting it right. Because now they set 4. They can't set that. What? I cheated. You cannot set this card. Because cards with that name cannot be used. So like a monster, you cannot summon or set. I'm fairly certain you can't activate. Well, I know you can't activate. I'm fairly certain you can't set that declared card either. Well, that's a cheat. But Legacy, Good Goblin, Reckless, Accumulated. So they're going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're going to draw 6, but they can't use this. This should be in their hand, which means they should be able to Gores. Huh. Wow, yeah, they should be able to Gores me with the barrel in hand still. So, and using all their other back row. That's interesting. Obviously, we just flip the skull. It's scary, but I think we have to try to attack here. Yep, there we go. We flip the skull. We just gotta attack with both, probably. Yep. And here we go. So here's their last hoorah. Fast forward. Come on, come on. Okay. So they're gonna draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, 6. No, 7. Yeah, 7 and put 1 back. All right. And what 7 do they draw? Oh my gosh, this card. I don't have Virus or Offering. Oh. But I do have 1 chain. Alright, so this is funny. So they're going to put back probably Jar or Legacy if I had to guess. Oh yeah, Jar. Yeah, makes sense. I mean, this should be in their hand. But they summon it in attack mode. I probably should have summoned another monster. But they do play Torrential. So if I had walked into that by summoning a 3rd monster, that would have felt terrible. It's, man, see, it's so crazy. What is right and what is wrong is so sometimes arbitrary. I attack. And in the battle step, eventually, yeah, we chain it. And it's made. Alright, did I sigh the alien skull? And yeah, so that is match number 1. Anywho, luckily, so again, this is going to be 4 matches, and at this rate, it's going to take all day, right? But don't worry, because match 2, the replay didn't save. I just don't have any footage of that. Like, it's not in my dual records for some reason. Like, I think just about every other match is from the last, like, couple months, except for that one against Hydro Pump. Shout out to Hydro Pump. I'll make sure to leave his channel in the description. Subscribe to him. Good fellow teammate of mine. He was on Dragon Turbo, and we took the victory 2-1 playing Aliens. Deck lockdown was involved. Probably not the most helpful, but it does stop the White Stone from searching Blue Eyes. And the other card, Grave of the Super Ancient Organism. I know that card came in clutch, and we also managed to I think we drew like MST or Trunade or something, and we had Golgar at definitely some point, and we managed to out their Decree. I think they actually had like 2 decrees. Managed to play around their, like, pop their decree, and like bounce the other one or something, and just get to the point where we were able to take control of the game and eventually get through their big dragon board and take the victory. So currently we're 2-0 with Aliens. Again, no footage, sadly, of the second one. But on to the 3rd opponent. So we've beaten Faye, we've beaten Hydro Pump. Again, I'll link his channel in the description. Next, Jaina. So Jaina, another strong player. I wasn't too sure what deck they'd be playing. Faye playing Chamber made sense to me. Hydro Pump playing Dragon Turbo makes total sense to me. Although he's also topped recently with Black Wings and definitely, is capable of playing plenty of decks, as are a majority of Team Ring and Destruction. But Jaina, I didn't know. It's kind of a wild card, right? They may have knew I was probably going to play aliens, but I don't know. Maybe maybe they weren't too sure either. This game one right here, though, is going to be brutal. I'm not going to say which direction. You'll just watch it unfold. So we can see the openings. Tomato, MST, Judgment, Master, Allure, Call. They win the RPS. Over here we got Minecon, Mirror, Gravity Bind, Phoenix Chain, and PPV. They Allure. Book Alive Heavy. Pretty dang good card. Judgment Heavy is a super destroying combo against my deck, especially a hand like this. Just depends how it plays out, but they Allure Banner Zombie Master, so I'm like, okay. I immediately know basically what I'm up against, right? I'm like, okay, it's zombies. I mean, I don't know what other deck plays Zombie Master besides zombies. It's in the name. It's in the words. All right. They said Tomato Space. Interesting start. I mean, again, they don't know what I'm playing yet necessarily. We draw an offering. So his hand's missing one thing. And that's called a level 4 alien. So we think, and I'm just kind of like, well, I'm going to set something. I think we set Mirror and Chain, and that makes sense. Yeah. And they space the Mirror. I mean, a little unfortunate, but I mean, they have Space Heavy those and Judgment. Those are some very powerful cards. So they don't commit the Diva because they don't know what this is. It could be Torrential Bottomless. I don't know. So they don't really, and you don't really want to sync with Tomato necessarily to make Roghnach. Like, you'd much rather be Goblin Zombie. Obviously, with the Diva syncing. Anyway, Tomato sinks in for 14. They set the call. They don't set Judgment. Okay. And we draw True Name. Okay, we're drawing a lot of power 1-ofs. Yeah, Mirror, True Name, Minecon, Gravity Bind. But they don't do anything with no monsters, really. So I set the bind just to stem some of the bleeding. I don't really want to chain a Tomato. They draw Plague. I mean, their hand is just destroying ours currently because they have monsters and we don't. And I mean, they have tuners too, and Book Alive, Heavy, MST Judgment. It's not going well, right? I know I wasn't gonna say anything and just let it unfold, but I mean, I feel like I should commentate it. So here they Pro Storm. I mean, seeing a Gravity Bind, it makes sense. Because why would we Gravity Bind? And then we draw the freaking Road, and they don't have the Judgment set yet. So, right, like almost any random player is just going to pro this. Because I'm about to set, I probably should have just set the Road, because I think I set 2. Yeah, I do. There was not much reason to set this yet. Trying to prep it later, it kind of makes sense, I guess, because if I do top deck a level 4, and they have like Bottomless or something, it's better just to be able to fire this. So I set that with the Road, but because I set 2, it like tells them in a way that I probably have Road, right? But if I just set the Road, there's a chance they just would have flipped that, because I mean they probably could like summon the Plague or the Diva, use their call, sink again, and then use the Heavy. So I don't know. It depends what they draw Dust Shoot, which it's not dead. So yeah, I think they yeah. So it also makes sense they said Dust Shoot, set Judgment just to see what's up before heavying, because they're still going to heavy me for my life. But now they have Judgment back up, which is the problem. They are going to Dust Shoot. So even if this was a level 4 that I was prepping this for, it would have got sent right back, and there ain't nothing I could do about it. This at least did stem some bleeding, but I mean, so now they're gonna see my hand. Like, unless I True Nade here, which might have actually been the play, but I mean, I'm not necessarily reading Heavy Judgment. They're both 1-ofs, and it's hard to like read, especially a Pro Storm. I mean, it's called Pro Storm for a reason. I just passed. What am I gonna commit here? The Iron Wall. I have a chain down, and Now they draw foolish, and so this is where the the turds are about to just toss all over the place, right? So here comes the storm. I mean, I gotta try to road, and there's the judgment, and we lose everything. They lose call at least, so there's some plus there. Because funny enough, again, they could have like plagued your diva there, probably plague, made a synchro and then called back and like made another synchro or something, and had no answer to that. I mean, they don't know that for sure, but it makes more sense just to make sure, right, that they can push the play through. So here they come. They're gonna get in for 28, decent damage, and then make a Stardust probably. Yep, and then pass. So I mean, like really, we just need like if we had drawn like level 4 in our ammo at some point, or even Sangan would have been able to search ammo, since there was no like successfully resolved Kaius banishing the Sangan on their end to happen. Like unless they judgment like a chain or say their MST or something. But now we're at a situation where it's just like, well, heavy's gone, so I think I just set 3 or 4 pass. I mean, there's nothing. Yeah, 4. There's nothing to be done, really. And okay, I don't think they dropped Dad quite yet. 1 Dark Engrave, yeah. Yeah, we're just gonna take the 25. I have no answer. And then so the first 11 cards of my deck on 17 monsters, which I think is pretty optimal for this type of deck. But drawing a 0 and the first 11 is, well, I set the road pass, and that's the end of the game. So game 1 just really, I promise I play monsters as my type. Like, we really do. And we're going to see some of those monsters the rest of the match, I promise you. Starting with, right, one of the best ones. This is a much better hand. We drop that, we drop the chain, we pass. And now, though, look at that. Double Dust, Wind Blast, Turtle, Diva, Book of Life. Also kind of scary. Oh, I thought they were going to crash that. Like, that'd be kind of strange in that situation. No, so yeah, they set Wind Blast, Dust, Turtle, pass. I draw Offering. I'm kind of getting... I'm surprised I kept this in. Probably shouldn't have. I activate Deck Lockdown. That's actually good. And, like, I could have True Nated to make sure this goes through. But I just kind of decide to... And honestly, I probably should have. This is a really greedy hold to True Nade. I probably should have True Nated. I guess then they might have, like, been tempted to Dust or Wing Blast, but I guess they could Dust and Wing Blast. Like, Dust this, Wing Blast this. But they do have to discard there. And they're picking between Book of Life, Diva, and another Dust, which are all good cards against me. So that'd be a tricky Wing Blast. So is it probably fair chance they hold the Wind Blast there. And they tried to turtle into the Goblin Zombie. This is unfortunate for them. I declared Deck Lockdown. They say not search. But, so here, let's read this card for all y'all who don't know. Neither player can add cards from the deck to their hand except by drawing them. So, similar to Thunder King. It's a Thunder King in a spell form for that aspect. But then, Thunder King negates a special by tributing itself, which is nice. But here's something that Deck Lockdown does that's pretty unique. Monsters cannot be special summoned from the main deck. Period. No Turtle, no Tomato, no Diva from deck, no Rescue Cat, no Gladiator Beast Tag, no Summoner Monk. Like, it just straight up stops all those cards. Oh, no Malicious. So, I don't know. And it destroys itself during your second standby phase after activation. That's why it hasn't seen much play, I'm pretty sure, like historically. But our boss monster, as y'all know, the Lord, the alien overlord, our savior, Go Gadget, Cosmic Fortress Golgar, allows us to bounce this and use it again, right? And so they didn't see the line. So obviously they would have wanted to dust that right then and there on the attack declaration, right? But they don't take back their mistake, and respect. It's honorable. Never realized it had an anti-floater clause. Yeah, they draw a judgment and just pass. It's interesting they don't set the judgment. Like, I'm not gonna heavy. Anyway, we do need a level 4 alien to turn on some of our cards here, but that's all we're really missing. I hope I Trunade here. Dang, I don't. My God. Okay, greedy again, getting greedy with the attack because it could have Mirror Force or something. Deciding to not Trunade and let this disappear. I don't know about that. They're going to dust that, so that's never going to see the light of day. I probably only had one in if I had to guess. Dust is set dust. That's pretty nasty. And there's the storm. Man, they're drawing good cards, like as far as dealing with our back row. But now they're a little monster light. Although they do have Book of Life, Diva. Oh, but their Book of Life, I know they have to get this Thunder King in the grave, which they actually don't have a way of doing yet. That's kind of funny. And there we go, though. There's what we needed. So this is going to disappear. Which, again, maybe I should have Trunaded it. But, I don't know. I think my thought process with the Trunade was to save it to make sure we can safely land Golgar. Which has some fair reasoning to it. We swing for 19. No reason to run into a Torrential or a Bottomless. I guess so. Are we gonna... This is a chain, right? Yeah, so I don't think we set the other chain. Are we gonna Swords? Oh, we're gonna set the Warrior, okay, so 2 chains has entered the building. We are gonna set the Warrior, which is interesting. No one to cross out is not too often side deck, thankfully, in this format. At least not by necessarily a deck like Zombie. I guess they could, but usually Glads or Hero Beat or a deck of that nature, or even my deck, would I more likely expect a Nobleman to be sided in. And again, the reason I don't summon it, I don't want to run it at TT, but as you can see, I'm scared of the things that are not there, which is the definition of Yu-Gi-Oh, I suppose. The mind game, all the bluffing. They do draw this now, so that's going to turn on their Book of Life. That's what they needed. They are going to set it. I'm really surprised they don't. Well, okay, they don't set the Judgment with it because, yeah, they just want a heavy at some point. That's fair. And they don't feel the need to get like a whole, heavy Judgment like they did in Game 1 because they have Dust Wind Blast, I guess. Especially having the Dust is like another, MST. We draw Shadow Mirror, good card. Not currently, but just in general. I wonder if... Okay, yeah. This is actually a really good Trunade. So yeah, this game 2, yeah, okay. So they Wing Blast. They pitch Judgment. So interesting. And they top deck Thunder King. So we're drawing that for turn. But they, hold the Dust. And now at this point, I'm just like, well, let's... Wow, I don't safely land the Golgar. That's really interesting. Oh, you know what's funny? That does allow for their Book of Life to be turned off still. So I wonder if... I don't think I'm reading that, but that's kind of funny. And then we set the mirror and the chain. At least we didn't set everything, because this just gave him an easy +1. Yep. And I don't have a response to that. And they set tomato, set dust, set mirror, and now we're back. I'm not back to square one, but yeah, I'm not going to be able to stop this mirror force. That's going to be brutal. Maybe I don't even attack. I could see like sword set chain or something. Okay, I probably should have swords before setting chain. It's a little weird ordering. It's weird sequencing. But we do decide to swords. Ends up being tomato. Look at that. So, 2 Book of Lives. And because I don't have a monster in the grave, they cannot activate them in this mirror fort. They just set one as a bluff. Man, that's so crazy how this is turning out. I attack into mirror now, I guess because I can summon the alien ammo. And thankfully their Wind Blast is gone. They are going to mirror force. But now I'm able to ammo, and they can't do anything about this. I'm going to chain their tomato. Or, I mean, chain anything, really. I'm going to target both my things. They're going to dust the chain. So, 1 counter on Golgar. Yep. Reuse the sword, set another chain. So now they do have Book of Life. Zombie Master Diva Book of Life. So they go Diva. And like, no reason to chain that because then they just Brio. They do Prio here, trying to get rid of my Golgar. I have to chain. And the reason I'm comfortable chaining, especially this here, is I have swords. So there's no, because they do have double Book of Life. And they're both able to be used here because I didn't draw Iron Wall, sadly. There's no 8 that I'm scared of, right? I mean, Dark End, but I don't think they can make Dark End. Yeah, I don't. Actually, maybe can they make Dark End? No, there's no 6 Dark, right? Oh yeah, there is. But they have to use Plague to make the revive King Hades. I don't think they can make Dark End here. So I think. I'm pretty sure they Book of Life. Oh no, they scoop. They had double Book of Life that was live. Just to put a bunch of defense up. The game wasn't over. I mean, I bounced Swords Chain. Yeah, I'm able to use it again, and a lot of their back removal was gone. I think heavy double test, but interesting to admit there. Or actually, they were low life points though, weren't they? Like where I think 1 Golgar swing does it. But they did have the deep, and again, they could have used a Book of Life, at least the one they had set, and saved the one in hand or something. I don't know. I don't think the game was 100% over, but maybe I was missing something. I also could have just top decked a monster or something there, like another, well, preferably level 4 alien probably in that situation, because again, they just definitely use at least probably 1 of the Book of Lives to banish the level 4 alien from my grave and bring back like Turtle in defense or something. But that's interesting. So here we go, game 3. Of round 3. Only 1 more match after this. I know it's probably over an hour video again. Let's get through it, y'all. Mizuki, Destiny or Delicious, Mirror Force, Wind Blast, Dust Tornado, Bottomless. For their going first hand. Ours, Chain, Offering, still keeping this in, so I don't know about that. Shock Trooper, Gravity Bind, Alien Skull. Ends up working out this match. This game's kind of crazy if I remember. Yeah, actually this game ends really crazy. So let's see. They set Wind Blast, set Bottomless, set Mizuki, pass. Bottomless, scary card. I draw Virus. I don't want to play into Bottomless. Never mind. I could honestly just set this in this situation, especially with this back row. Like set Virus, Chain, or like Virus, Bind. Like some combination just to not commit everything in case of heavy, but definitely setting the skull player on Bottomless. Because, why would I even want to do this? Luckily, it happens through Mizuki, but literally, Pyramid Turtle, Mystic Tomato, Goblin Zombie. I guess they're expecting deck lockdown, but then this is Mizuki, so what are they worried about deck lockdown here? Definitely probably correct Bottomless this. I don't know if it was right to summon it, but yeah, because now I can't have a live Virus. So I set Deity Bind. I honestly probably should have just been. It's tricky to say. Let's just loot this. I mean, Caius. I don't know. It's so tough to like navigate all situations, right? But anyway, they have Strat. I don't remember if they play Infernal Prodigy, but if they don't, the Stratos ain't doing nothing. I think luckily here they just. Oh no, yeah, look, I'm taking a bunch of damage. Skull walls this, man. Skull walls both these guys, and that's gonna come up. But I should have just sent the skull to begin with. They do play Infernal Prodigy. Yeah, so this is quite something. And they have the Mallet to discard for Wing Blast. I mean, obviously we just G-Bind. And they set the Dust, which can answer the Gravity Bind, and the Mirror Force, right? Alright, so they're committing everything here, which now allows us to safely do that. So I'm going to set the Skull, and just set everything. I'm saying, alright, back row battle, which is interesting. They draw Turtle, and here, I'm pretty sure they just swing. No, oh yeah, they have to Dust the Gravity Bind. I'm just gonna let that happen. They swing Mizuki. They're gonna take 100 here. Big booty skull. The biggest butt alien. Yep, it sure is. This car right here. This is disgusting, right? So I set that past. No Starlight Road here, folks. But there is a judgment. They draw Goblin Zombie. I think they just set Goblin Zombie past or something. Yeah. We draw Telepath. And I just set this. You know, I mean, now they can attack over it, but I do have a little PPV set, which is what I'm planning to do. This actually, right here, this goes so well. And see, this card's worse because of this card as well. But anywho, they sat Goblin Zombie for Kai's. And it's like, wow, you know. But I'm not going to judgment this. I'm going to see what their target is. Their target is this. Probably, you know, hoping it's Sangan, which makes sense. But this is about to be an insane PPV. So we're going to chain PPV. Boom, nuke their board. Get our level 4 in the grave. And now for the next, you know, this turn and 2 turns after. You know, 3 turns total. Until their end of the third end phase, yeah. They're going to get 8 counters. Which, we don't have another virus set, so we're not interfering with that, luckily. And it's just going to make our skull even more annoying to deal with, because anything they summon is going to lose 300 attack and defense. They do get the Goblin Zombie Search, and they get Plague, which makes sense. But we're about to take full control of this game. Yeah, they use that to keep track of the turns in which the monsters get 8 counters. We top deck ammo. That is like exactly what we need right here, because we're about to go in. Because this offering, now, I mean, we can just use this skull to out these 2 cards. Unfortunately, they're going to Wind Blast, top decking this, and that's going to save their Mirror Force, which is why I really don't like this card. It's not Icarus, right? It's not the same as Icarus. It's just worse. But, right, now they got to set up Grave, but besides this Mirror Force, they're pretty much down to their monsters, right? They're almost out of their removal. I mean, they still have, you know, Heavy, MST Dust, those kind of cards. We do have a little secret right here. But I'm not going to play it down. I know I have Judgment, so I mean, we're just going for it. I activate this chain right now, targeting my ammo, I guess. And then when we make Golgar, we have to make sure it's good, and it is. I activate Oppression, bounce both, pop the mirror. I have chain, I don't care. This is so... Oh, actually, yeah, I don't care about... Ooh, I should care about Gores here. I popped the mirror this turn. This was a risky attack. Because then the Gores token crashes with Golgar. And I'm drawing Skull. I have to chain the Gores awkwardly. And then I like can't Depression unless unless after I draw the skull, unless the next card's like immediately ammo. Wow, this is a risky attack. Well, hold on. I know about Plague and Prodigy. I just don't know this turtle. I guess, yeah, I'm just hoping that one turtle is not Gores. And thankfully, it's not. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's good getting the damage in, though. It had to be, that card had to be exactly Gores for that to be awful. They Chop Deck Book of Life. They know I have Chain Oppression. So, they set the turtle and pass. I know I'm drawing Skull, so I summon the Skull and do it again. I chain the Skull, activate Oppression, bounce both, put 2 counters on Skull, remove them, pop the turtle, and now we're getting in for 16-26. Again, unless this Book of Life was Gores, this is fine. They had to exactly draw Gores. And then they draw Dark Arm. So look at this. This game state right here. They have Evil Guy, Plague, Dad, Witch. They have three Darks engraved. Let's think about if we didn't have Oppression with 8,000 life points. They have 3 Darks engraved. They can summon Prodigy. Okay, again, if we didn't have Oppression. Prodigy, Dad, Plague, Book of Life, Mizuki. They can do Malicious. They have how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They have like 7 or summons or something. See, Edison, people like, Edison, you T-set pass. Bro, my opponent can summon 7 times. It's like a modern deck. Zombies is insane. Like that. I just Oppression everything. And to top it off, I have Judgment. So even if they had because I'm not stopping this. I'll let this go through every day of the week. I'll let you summon these 2. Go Armory Arm. I don't care about armor. Yeah, because if you use your normal, actually, do I care about Armory Arm? I'd probably Oppression Armory Arm. Yeah, we stopped the Armory Arm, but we don't stop. We don't care about these 2. We have to Oppression this. We just Oppression that because why not? We Oppression that. Actually, no. Do we even? I don't think we even Oppression that. Okay, because they also, this is the last turn of them getting 8 counters on anything they summon. So yeah, we don't care about Mally, Evil Guy, Plague, but we do care about Dad. We definitely care about Dad. And I think their next card was MST. It actually was. Oh, that's crazy. Their next card was MST. But then I showed Judgment. Yeah, not using Dust and Lockdown. That's true. So, alright, we gotta get through this. Okay. Man. Beast Beat's the worst video ever. But also the most based video. Alright. Round number 4. Here we go. The final match for this video. Against the Frog, Finesser, Fanatic himself, Roghnach. So, GL, FHLGF, right? Here we go. So, I actually went RPS. Is this the first? I can't remember if I won against Hydro Pump. This could be in the first RPS I win, which the deck I'm playing, that's very nice. However, this matchup, oh boy. So, if you think zombies were bad, right? I mean, we took the W. Here we go. Moment of truth. Are we going to win the $100? Asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. Starting hand, Alien Warrior, Giant Trunate, Prohibition, Sangan, PPV. They got Substitute, Soul Exchange, Swap, Treeborn, Braincon. Some devastating cards. I don't like to see any of these cards as a, control. Let me protect my fortress player, right? That's not good to see. With the exception of having this and that side deck card, that certain mask, right? So alright, we think for a while. I just set this. I'm almost certain, right? It's Roghnach. They're playing some kind of frog deck. This card does nothing. This does absolutely nothing later in the game. I mean, unless I can crash it, but then it's probably my normal summon for the turn. So I want to try to get it off early before it gets Kaiast in this matchup. And then they draw Fortress. So what? Oh yeah, Machina Frogs. Here we go. All right, they stole X. This is awesome. I mean, I'll take that Soul X, right? Get my ammo 100%. But here we go. Let's just spam this away. We're going to click very fast because Substitute is doing Substitute things. But he stops pretty early, right? He gets both Treeborns, and he saves his swaps. You know, Roghnach plays in certain ways. If you want to get better with frogs, just watch this guy play. He plays all the time. Well, sometimes, he gets busy, but when he's playing, he plays quite a bit, from what I've seen. And it's almost pretty much always guaranteed to be some kind of frog variant, if it's Edison. He plays Goat too, like Earth Aggro. Shout out to Earth Aggro. Love Earth. And, well, I love Control, but I also love Aggro. So we do draw Mirror Force. Luckily right here, we're just gonna, we're gonna be very conservative. Prohibition at this point, I mean, it's kind of a gamble, right? What am I calling? Ryza, guys? Honestly, I probably should call it Treeborn. But, he's already got things in play. So, yeah, I set this up. This is pretty nasty. So even if he does Ryza Kaias, I'd actually prefer him to do that. I think he just, what does he do here? Does he summon the gear frame, maybe? All right. No. Yeah, see, Unifrog, man, Mirror Force would have been good to set, but I don't really want to play into a Storm. I just want to set what's chainable. So this is going to force out the PPV and let him dupe to get the third swap, I believe. Actually, no, yeah, so he gets Unifrog back. That's a good play. So for the next 3 turns, yep, see, I like playing against my teammates. They respect the alien cards, like, adding the counters. Random people in Dueling Bug that I'll face, they'll like not put counters on their monsters when they're under the virus. They'll just like not read anything. Like, not everyone, right? Shout out to the respectful duelist, but there's like just a little PSA. Don't be an idiot, man. If you're gonna go and place random people, just be respectful and do what your opponent's cards do. Like, just quit. I mean, it sucks when someone quits, especially like after game 1, but just like respectfully be like, hey, I don't want to face this right now. Like, I don't want to duel against this, and like quit, or let them know. Yeah, preferably let them know before you just quit, but just be respectful. That's all. We're all like 20, 30, 20s, 30s year olds, adults, and we're acting like children, right? When we enter a game, and like you just quit. You win a game and you quit. Like, when it's a 2 out of 3, if you don't, like, tell me you don't have time. Like, I don't know. Like, I just wish people were more respectful in here, because the more respectful we are, the better the platform is. If it's just a bunch of people being toxic and just not, I don't know, like, just don't be an idiot. That's all. Like, just be respectful amongst everything else. It just really goes a long way in making the platform better for everyone to play. So he pitches Water Special Swap, which, swap's crazy, right? Bouncing Gear Frame, which is like basically a machine Stratos. Pretty strong play. This swap does get a counter on it. Okay, see, there it is. It's like I don't even have to remind him. And luckily, we're going to do Golgar things here. Luckily, there's no Crow. Crow would suck. Okay, I make... Here's a misplay. I should attack with this. This is, a blanket effect. So Alien Ammonite can attack over this defense position Swamp Frog because it loses 300 attack and defense. So it'd be 700, 200 when in battling. So I could have gotten extra 1300 damage in here. So I don't know why I didn't Prohibition like Gores, I'm gonna bounce both these back with Golgar anyway. I should have used. Okay, this what I don't know what I'm doing here. It's game one, but man, I should activate both of these and call Gores. And I mean, I know I have the answer to Gores, but if they don't have an answer to my answer to Gores, it's kind of like I should probably activate both and literally call like Gore's Battle Fader. Well, I don't care about Trag Battle Fader. Probably just Gores actually. Actually, yeah, the best play is actually probably just to use one and call Gores. Because if it's Battle Fader, I use the other Prohibition, calling whatever, calling Herald of Orange Light, Timbuktu, bounce both back to hand, pop the Fader. It's like I have the answer to make them use their cards. I don't. Yeah, I don't like there. I don't like that I did that in that way. I should have at least activated one. Like I even could have used one called DD Crow, use the other one called Gores, and then like be able to pop Tragger and Battle Fader main too. I don't like that. And like I'm even gonna reveal it here that I have two. Treeborn Frog, Machina Fortress. Yeah, those calls make perfect sense. And I'm especially setting Judgment Mirror Force. This is really strong. They do draw Roghnach Break, which is gonna suck. And they're able to get Force here, which makes sense that they're on it. This is, I believe, 2 out of 3 on the virus. Man, I think oh, they even typed it. Wow, I didn't have to type that. And then they set Roghnach Break. And likely they can't bounce this back, but this Roghnach Breaks. Yeah, so that's 2 out of 3. This is a good card, but, you know, they're just going to Roghnach Break the... Pretty sure you can discard something that's being called. Imagine if you couldn't. I'm pretty sure you can. If you can't, then they'd have to discard, or then they'd probably discard Force there. Either Force or Uni. Interesting. Oh yeah, I'd have to Judgment this, because Golgar is very important, and we do have the Death Shoot. But now I have no protection for heavy. You know, man, it's a 50-50. I think I called the wrong one, but I should have figured if they had heavy, they would have used it. Would they have used this? I guess not necessarily. That's tough. I pop Gear Frame, and okay, well, I bounced these already. Huh. Alright, I have the Mirror Force, I guess, so... Wow, yeah, I'm just saying... If you have Gores, you have Gores. But thankfully not. Because I do want to call Treeborn, that makes sense. So, right here, right, it's like, am I going to call heavy? Probably. Yeah. But if I had called Brain Control... But they're both one-ofs. So... And I guess I don't call Fortress because I have the Mirror Force as well. Interesting. And we're setting Death Shoot. And then they draw Caius, but luckily Treeborn's offline. Although I don't have an answer for this Caius. I don't know. I probably shouldn't call Brain or Heavy in this situation. And just pray they don't have either. But we put the Caius back because Brain Caius is, you know, disgusting. But sadly, they are going to be able to Brain. So it doesn't matter what we call Prohibition. Unless we call it Brain, then... Actually, yeah. I should probably start calling Brain more than Heavy if they haven't used either. Because Brain bounces all my continuous. So that's more of a problem. Especially if I like Mask or Restrict or something. Yeah, so actually I think calling... Because now they can pop... Now they have a 50-50 and luckily they miss. Because this is lethal, but because they missed the 50-50, it doesn't feel great, but we have to Mirror Force our Golgar. But, I mean, that's going to be their turn. We don't top deck ammo. We draw this, and that's like, I would not have called heavy if I had this. I would definitely have called probably something like Brain. Man. But then again, like, is Soul Exchange better to call? Because there's likely, well, one's already been used, so Brain probably is better to call there than Heavy. Especially, again, if we have the road set. That's tough. So I do Prohibition Treeborn. There's no reason to call Heavy here. Fortress. Yep. Which is... Okay, so, yeah, I mean, we're both similar life. They drop the Valley, which... Interesting card. Sadly, Minecon isn't going to do anything here. They draw Roghnach Break. They set that. Oh, no, yeah, they decide to draw 2. I have no response to that. Spirit Chaos and Junk Synchron. Crazy. Pretty cool cards, though. So I do draw the Telepath. We are just going to run it. There's pretty much no reason not to. They do draw Gear Frame, which will let them search for a second force, I believe. Oh, no, no effect. Okay, maybe just on one force. Sadly, no offering or second virus here. So that will connect. Deal us 200. There's the wall. Oh, that would have stopped Valley. Man. That's funny. When you draw things just in weird orders, it's kind of funny. Okay, there's an MST. Man, that's unfortunate. They can actually Roghnach Break. Yeah, they can literally... we're dead here. They just have the MST. Our dust shoot's gone, right? Yeah, so they don't have to turn player priority that to player on dust shoot. But yeah, the MST, a mystery, Roghnach Break, the other mystery. Oh yeah, because they have junk. Yeah, they don't even need to worry about the prohibitions. So even though we were calling Fortress, okay, well, they can just discard Spear instead of Fortress if they can't discard Fortress. I'm pretty sure you can still discard under Prohibition. Even if it's, you just can't, like, summon or set that card. Or, activate that card in hand or anything. Cards, cannot be used. I need to brush up. I need to master these Prohibition's rulings. Anyway. And this is enough, just enough to do lethal. Oh, man. Well, they pop both our back rows, so yeah, funny enough, if they missed if this was, again, if the draws were like backwards in a way, and this was here, I always think that's interesting, right? But it's bad to think that way, like, oh, if I had one more turn, because it's like, yeah, if everyone had one more turn, they probably could win, right? But just the order in which cards are drawn, I always find interesting. So here, we lost game 1. I think we lost game 1. Yeah, we lost game 1, I think, every single time. Yeah, I think I lost I probably had a Hydro Pump too. So I lost game 1. I don't know for sure, but I lost game 1 against Faye, lost game 1 against Jaina, and I lost game 1 against Rog. And losing game 1 and winning both matches winning those 2 matches, I almost spoil it if I win or lose this one, is insane. I'm surprised I kept this in. But I guess because of, like, Gear Frame and Fortress, I figured it'd be fine to keep in. I haven't even seen the spicy Spirit Chaos yet. So here we go. Opening hand, Warrior, Chain, Prohibition, Sangan, Judgment, Ammo. They have Dust, Swap, Spear, Econ, and Dandy. This video is probably like 2 hours. This is the Alien movie, y'all. Alright? This is the early morning. It's like winter storm freezing outside. Alien movie. So we got Chain, Judgment. We pass. Here's that Gear Frame. They summon Swap. And I'm pretty sure I just chained this. No, I don't. Wow. I'll let the Treeborn go. Interesting. They do set the Dust, which Dust being causing chaos. I summon the Sangan. I just decided to swing for the fences. Interesting choices here. I guess we're gonna set the call and pass. Are we gonna call Treeborn Prohibition? Ooh, we're not. I guess we don't want to. We have the answer to heavy. I feel like we should Prohibition Treeborn. I know this is chainable. I just know it is. Especially if they didn't mirror force me in the battle phase there, or roar, threatening roar or something. So yeah, here we go. They're gonna dust, and they hit the judgment, which feels really bad. And because I didn't Prohibition Treeborn, they can like econ, but they're not gonna do that because they want to Caius the Sangan. Wow. Oh, I see why they're thinking here. I chain it. They can econ, tribute the Caius, take the warrior, banish the Sangan, deal 1,000, tap me with my warrior for 18. Man. But they just pass. I guess they don't want to. They'd rather just have the 2400 staring me down. Thankfully, we already have the ammo. It's interesting. I put. Oh yeah, the Machina aspect, I guess. I didn't even see the dandy yet. Wow. Yeah, with Spirit Chaos, man, so good. All right. Uh, it just like I wonder if they had done that, what would have happened in this game. But I straight up crashed this again. I'm like, all right, I'm not even gonna reveal I have this already. I'm gonna pretend like I need to get this. I don't know. I figure there's some benefit to it, because alternatively, I summon the one I have, make Golgar, bounce, ooh, bounce, call, and chain. Crash the Sangan. Yeah, put the 2 counters on the Golgar. Crash the Sangan. Attack directly, or no, attack over Caius for 200 with the Golgar. Still have the ammo. Of course, it gives away knowledge, but I don't know. And then I Prohibition Treeborn. Set call, set chain, set oppression. Pray there's no storm. I actually think that might have been better. But, oh, you know what? I'm gonna call back Sangan here. What? Why the heck did I do that? Okay, well, obviously I should have called back Sangan, bounced the callback to hand, as well as the chain, get the 3rd ammo out of deck, pop the Caius. Yeah, that would have been better. This was sloppy. And I call heavy. I should have called Treeborn because of this card. Yeah, man, this gets so dicey. Just looking back, this happened like I think with what, a day or two. Like this is, I'm not been on my A game. Aliens, you got to be on your A game. So they bring back Treeborn, and then they econ take. This is so disgusting. Like this card right here, because now, yeah, like now I could bounce heavy. Like this does not make me safe from heavy. Starlight Road, Solemn Judgment, Dark Bribe would, but this card, I mean, this is good. I think I just gotta be calling what I know though, and hoping that the mystery cards that they like. I don't know any of these cards. Maybe I know like the gear frame swap. I don't know. I can't remember. Yeah, I know the swap. Don't think I actually know the gear frame yet. But like I don't know any of this. So to just be calling heavy blindly, it's a one of. It's statistically it's probably not correct. Like sure it could be like an I'll lose, but I don't know. It just seems wrong to be so worried about that card. Like I want to turn off econ. So I think calling Treeborn would have just been better there. And now they want one. And I don't want them to, substitute tribute this. So I have to oppression. I pay the 8. I pay the 8 and they get the Yang tokens. I don't want any of that. I just don't want any of that. I know they can bounce it and pop a card. And here's another 50-50, right? chain versus call. Although I could also technically chain my own thing. Thankfully, they don't have Fortress follow-up. Actually, they do, but I end up calling back Sangan. But again, I should have just done this earlier. At least they hit that instead of the chain. I mean, I would have chained the chain because I already have the ammo, but I take the 26, so I'm down to 24. That's a very scary number against Monarchs. And then they tribute for Spirit Chaos, so I don't get it back anyway. I decided to chain this because they've already used, I mean, that's their normal. 1-for-1's gone. I'm like, you know what? Let's just chain it. I don't want you to, get any more advantage. And funny enough, if I had let them search the Dandy, it would have turned on, or Junk Synchron. Yeah, they're probably trying to search a Junk Synchron there. My Dushi would have been live, so it's kind of funny. Unless their top deck is exactly like MST or something. But so here we go. Golgari doing its thing. Funny enough, I could have. Oh no. This can't. Well, yeah, I want to bounce the chain. We'll end the Prohibition. Treeborn, bounce both. I just pop the spear. Kill the Treeborn. And finally, I think I'm going to call Treeborn. Yep. Which I should have done last turn. We just said everything. That's what they would have searched, probably. That's so funny. So, yeah, here, I mean, they just summoned Gear Frame to add Fortress, I guess? No, they just pass. Okay. I guess Bluff Gore is pretty strong, but... double Golgar is game. So we just run it. I have oppression for Battle Fader, so I just Prohibition Gores, and that's 52. So we didn't play that perfectly, but luckily, Go Gadget Golgar got us there. Alright, this is the final game, and this movie, this cinema, this flick, this film is about to come to an end. Here we go, though. We got the ammo. Deck locked down because it stops 1-for-1, so Machina Gear Frame from ruining our day. This, I saw Roghnach break, so I was hoping that it was, just like all Roghnach breaks, no Wing Blast, but we'll check this game out and see what happens. So they got Force, Sub, Gear Frame, MST, Gores, Solix. Pretty decent card, since especially us not having Mask and Restrict. I don't think we cited both in, and I don't think we see it yet at all in either game. But at least we did the right thing by putting it in, right? I mean, I'm not attacking in the Gores here. Debatably, this is weird, but I guess it makes them not want to summon Gear Frame. I feel like we should set Chain and just not even lock down yet. I don't know. Interesting play. I think they set Sub. Oh no, they do Gear Frame. Oh. Okay. This is interesting. They take it back. Huh. Because they literally viewed their deck, so that was what they were trying to do. It's like they didn't even read this card. Okay, that was interesting. Jaina did not take back the fact that they couldn't get their turtle, but Rog did take back this Gear Frame, which, funny enough, right, they would have cleared this, which if I had summoned it, they couldn't attack over. I don't know why I set that. Oh, what am I playing around BrainCon? That's kind of weird. I don't care if they BrainCon this necessarily. They probably should have summoned this. And then if they had done that and view deck, I mean, they committed to that. And then that puts me in a good spot. But, it is what it is. So this is turn 1 on this. But we draw another one. So I don't even necessarily need to. But I think, yeah, I do just drop a Golgar here because I have another one in the background. And being able to bounce this is pretty nice. I just attack over this, figuring it's sub. Treeborn, sub, dupe something. Ends up being sub. I bounce it back, put a counter. Which, is very scary if they have brain, but I activate lockdown, set chain, pass. No reason to really reveal the other one, except for the fact they have MST. But again, is it heavy or is it MST? They're both at 1, so I feel it's better to play around the storm somewhat in this case. They do MST, which is very unfortunate because here comes the Soul X, and again, no mask, so it's like, in the middle of a pandemic, and here comes our soul. No, that's a terrible joke. Not even a joke. All right. So it tributes for cost. I chain it just to stop dupe block, but I don't even know if is that even worth it. I guess they might have went like Unifrog with dupe and defense, like if I let that resolve. So maybe it's better. They summon swap and they don't send Treeborn. I don't know what are they thinking. DD Crow Soul Exchange? I mean, Soul Release, I guess? I don't know. It's interesting not to send Treeborn there. I can't imagine them sliding those out. They might have, because of Prohibition calling it, which is kind of funny. I don't think they did, though. This is an awkward spot. I just feel like I have to, and to play around Gores, yeah, okay, I do attack with Bolt first, and obviously they're going to drop Gores in the 19. And now it's like, okay, well that's fine, because I make this, activate Lockdown, bounce Bolt, pop the Gores. Oh no. Okay, my computer is giving me a heart attack there. Pop the Gores, activate Lockdown, set Chain Pass. So if they do have a Monarch, we at least, well, they know we have Chain, but. And here's a little scary. Oh, they summon Swap. This is so weird. They summon Swap, and I chain it. They bounce it back for cost. They set Wing Blast and pass. They could drop Fortress, attack into Golgar, and pop my Golgar. Why do they not? Why don't they do that there? Huh. Oh, they're just gonna Wing Blast the Golgar. Oh, I see. Yeah. Oh, they pitch Swap instead of Fortress, because Force can just bring back Fortress. Maybe they're only on 1 Force, but are they reading Soul Release? Like, not putting any Treeborn or... Well, they tried to put it... They just tried to summon Swap and send a Treeborn, I'm pretty sure, right there. Huh. Rod, you gotta explain this to me. I'm curious on what's... just some of the choices there. Because deck lockdown... Now I can't bounce back to deck lockdown. I can summon Thunder King. But this is so weird, yeah. But this is a 1919 token. So I just set the chain, the call. And at least I do have a Golgar engraved. This game gets so weird. Alright, get ready for a really weird game. That game against Jaina with the whole bouncing back oppression chain, oppression against their 7 special summons, or whatever it was, with a judgment was pretty crazy. And of course, in the Golgar. Alright, good old Fortress. And what are they top deck? Econ? Oh, man. But that's not that good right now, I guess. But yeah, they don't have Treeborn. If they had Treeborn, I think we just lose if they had Treeborn, basically. So yeah, here they crash, and I just let it happen because nothing I could really do about it to stop it. They're waiting for this to expire. Sadly, it's going to expire. They out of the Golgar, so I do draw Virus. I think it's so interesting. Okay, yeah, this gets so. I do call back Golgar. I know Gores is gone, so I feel okay swinging for 26. And then I bounce both. The 8 counters can't go anywhere, and the Golgar destroys by the call. But I figure I don't want them to Econ BrainCon Soul X, even though 1 Soul X is gone. So I'm just gonna hope they don't have heavy. I'm just gonna kind of try to use it as like a burn spell. I don't know. And I have other options, right? So I can technically call Thunder King. But because I don't have any other follow-up monsters, this gets interesting. So they do summon Gearframe. I don't think I know any other hand. I know they have a Gearframe, that's all I know. They summon Gear Frame, and I gotta think here, right? I can call Thunder King and stop this search. And then if they have the Fortress already, Thunder King, I'm pretty sure, can negate the Fortress summon. But I'm taking 18 from the Gear Frame, unless I chain it, which would be kind of awkward. I mean, not that awkward, but I don't have any, like, follow-up bodies. I mean, I could top deck a Shock Trooper or a Warrior, which can deal with the Gear Frame. Maybe I just take the 18. What I decided to do here is I decided to chain it. And they do have the Fortress, so they drop the Fortress anyway. So I don't know if this was correct. I don't know in the right mind, my right brain right now to think if it was correct necessarily. They set the econ. They don't have Treeborn. This game, I don't know. It's interesting. So keep in mind, I think this was like an hour match, so that could also, fatigue is a real thing. I think they had just gotten out of an hour match too, so I don't know who they were facing, but I think it was like an hour match. So here I call back Golgar, and my mindset is that I can bounce the chain, but this is so weird, right? I could bounce the chain. Maybe calling Thunder King was right there, but then I do draw Oppression. So what I decided to do, I do something so crazy. I decided to try and just risk an attack over this, and I forget my chain's going to get destroyed by me attacking over it. So I attack. It goes through, because I lose my chain. I bounce my call, put a counter on their Fortress. Doesn't target, I'm pretty sure. It just distributes the counters, as far as that. The destruction effect does, but not the counter add, I'm pretty sure. And then I just say, forget it, and I set everything, and I pass. I don't know. They draw Kaias. And so now, they're in a bit, this hand, they don't have another Fortress yet. So they just attack. there's not, they know I have chain. Oh no, my chain's gone. Yeah, I let my chain go. Dang. So we're just taking 25. There's no reason for me to do anything on that. I could have, called back Shock Trooper and Virus. And then that does keep my call on the field at least, for if I top deck. But I'd have to literally draw alien ammo number 1 in 29 and draw the third ammonite. I don't like that gamble too much. Then again, they don't have Treeborn circulation, so I draw Trunade, which is interesting. I call back Golgar, and I forget, for a second, wait, I can pop this, and it won't, only if it's destroyed by battle, does it destroy Golgar. So I activate the Oppression. I declare target Oppression to put another counter on the Fortress. And then I set, because I'm about to pop it, so I don't want them to look at my hand. Because I did that now, I can actually Trunade after attacking. Oh yeah, because I can't Trunade now, because then the Golgar gets destroyed. But I can attack, see if they have Roar, or if they have Mirror Force, that would have been pretty, I have the My Body, that's right. Yeah, so we're trying to attack for lethal. They have the Econ to survive. I could Trunade here, which is probably the right play. But I guess because I don't know, it's kind of risky. Yeah, I actually keep this body on field. If I had Trunaded, set the call. What do they draw? Oh, right. It would have been probably better to Trunade there, but I just hold it. Interestingly, they don't know about. I don't know what they don't know about Virus, My Body, or Trunade. They don't know what those cards are. So they are in the dark on those. They set the Roghnach break and pass. They choose. They know I have Oppression, so they don't Fortress. Otherwise, I just pay 800 to negate the Fortress, and then now they just have Caius Roghnach break. I want them to have Torrential Mirror, so I can My Body and just get that out of the way, I guess, is my logic for summoning the Kaiku. Also puts him out of brain con range. If it's not exactly, I mean, if it's not, threatening roar. I try to attack for game, and the Rogeki break, discarding the force, but I have the My Body, which I put in because I saw the Rogeki break. And also, it could be Mirror Force, Torrential kind of card. Torrential not usually, but... And I guess you can't My Body Fortress this effect, but... And there we go. That's the fourth match. I think it's like a 2-hour movie, so I don't know how long this is going to take to upload, but yeah, that brain con was brutal. We just kind of show what we have here. Their next card was, I don't know. Our next card is Prohibition. And yeah, that's the match. I'm going to end this, I suppose. So 4-0 against Ring of Destruction team members with aliens, which is considered, casual jank. I think it just depends on the pilot. I think aliens, maybe not A tier, but I think they're awesome. And I might not be the greatest pilot for them, but I feel like the deck gets better the more amazing the pilot is, but also, you got to fly that UFO to its destination. It's an anti-meta deck, I feel. I know Alfia 2, shout out to him, got top 4 with his variation. But I think if you play it in this stun control way, you can do really well. You just have to play the right cards in the right meta and know what you're doing. And I think you can go really far with it. So there is hope for aliens. Let's just leave it right here on the Golgar, even though it's protected. Apparently it's protected by, recaptcha. But that's going to do it for this one. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. This has been your Alien film. Hopefully it wins. Gets plenty of nominations for every single award, possible, Grammy, Oscar, whatever the heck. I mean, aliens, they deserve it. So, this has been Crops, aka V Speeds. Until next time, bye.